Hey, it's Michael, and it's raining outside. It's about 4 o'clock, and this morning I missed my morning bike ride with my friend from work because of the rain. And I probably would have gone either way, apparently. But I decided to just sleep in, and when I woke up, I just went to the gym, Planet Fitness, did the elliptical machine for about half an hour, and listened to some podcasts, trying to educate myself at the same time I'm moving. And I was on the way home, and it started pouring down, raining again, and I decided to go out and do some sprints and push-ups in the torrential downpour. So this is something I've done plenty of times throughout my life. I actually have a bag in the back of my car that is specifically for this glorious occasion. And this is kind of a concept of questioning comfort and perception of reality, whereas some people may use this bad weather as an excuse for not doing something. And I kind of have a tendency to look at things on the extremes, and this to me seems like an extreme case of going out and doing something where most people won't. So I can pretty much assure that on this 30 or 40 miles of beach, I was the only person out here doing sprint intervals. So which is fucking awesome. It doesn't mean that I'm crazy, or it doesn't mean that I'm the only sane one. That's yet to be determined, and I really don't care anybody else's idea of the answer to that question. What matters to me is that I live my life fully, completely, authentically, and in an awesome fucking manner. And I can tell you that the half hour that I spent in the gym versus the 10 minutes that I spent out in the rain, in the fresh air, with the rain hitting my skin, with the wind against my skin as I was running, the rhythm and rhythmic motion of my feet hitting the pavement, it was just awesome, I think that one of the reasons that I make these videos is to kind of give people a different perspective of ways to view life, view your decompressing, view your nourishing yourself versus treating yourself versus poisoning yourself, discovering why are you eating, why are you watching TV, just the question of why are you doing the things that you're doing, why are you not doing the things that you think you should be doing or want to be doing, and this constant hamster wheel of telling yourself you're going to do something but never being able to actually achieve it and sustain this. One interesting thing is like me out there in this rain, a psychological concept is that things become memory when you're implementing more types of sense or sensory to whatever it is that you're doing. So for instance, if you want to learn something, if you just read it, that's visual, that's one sense. If you read it and you say it out loud, that's two senses. If you read it, say it out loud, and have classical piano on while you're listening to it, that's three senses. If you read it out loud, read it, listen to classical music, and jump up and down and experience movement while you're learning it, that's one extra thing that's going to potentially make it stick in your head. If you do all of that and include emotion, that's going to kind of like solidify it even more. So if you imagine the things that you remember throughout your past. Most of those things have movement and emotion and smell, and you can remember what the weather was like outside when it occurred, and these types of things. So if you're just sitting on the sofa watching TV, experiencing life through television, you can see how that doesn't really implement all of those sensory considerations. Whereas what I just did absolutely did all of those things. And I could remember running in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, along the side of Highway 90. This is probably 15 years ago, in very similar weather. And I remember what I was wearing. I remember the color of my hat. I remember the time of the day. And I remember a car pulling over to check and see if I was all right and if I wanted a ride. And I told them that I would highly recommend that they pull their car over and come run with me. You know, get out of the fucking car, get off the sofa, get out of the chair looking at the computer screen, and fucking live your life, you know? Anyway, I just thought I would share this with you because it's kind of a little bit different take on how I live my life, and to just show that what I say and what I do is congruent. I'm doing these things not to impress anybody. I'm doing them because I feel that if I didn't do it, I would be doing myself a disservice and not living my life the way that I want to live it, and potentially I would have regret for not doing these things. So anyway, this is kind of where I'm at, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Turn this. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Sweet. Bye, rain.
I don't know the reason why tonight I had to say goodbye. I thought you would find I turned around, walked away, or bothered with these lies. This life we live is hard to find a way to spend your days doing something right. My heart this heartache is nothing new. My heart never broke the way it breaks for you.